Hello and welcome to my first heart chakra healing yoga flow, where we are going to flow to help balance and open up our heart center. We are going to incorporate some camel, some bow pose, some things that are really going to help us open that chest and also energize the rest of our body. If you need to modify any of the poses at any time, please feel free to do so. Take child's pose whenever you want. And just remember our intention through this practice to help balance, love on, and honor our heart. So let's get to it. We're going to begin on hands and knees in a cat-cow. Make sure our hands are directly under our shoulders, our knees are directly under our hips. You can either untuck your toes or keep your toes tucked, whichever feels best for you. I like to switch it up as I'm going along. Sometimes it's nice to use the tuck under to really help get into that cat pose. So let's get into it. Start warming up our body and draw up our belly, smile up toward the sky. Lift the tailbone up toward the sky in your cow. And then as you exhale, round the spine. Here is where you can decide if you want to tuck those toes under to help really push that chin into the chest. You can also feel like you're pushing your hands away from you and your feet away from you to kind of like create that lengthening in the spine. Inhale, open the chest. You can also feel your heart center being pulled forward. Exhale, round. Open, untuck the toes. Exhale, tuck the toes under. And opposite with the cat, when you're doing cow, you can feel like you're pulling your hands and your knees in toward each other. Do a few more at your own pace with your own breath. And when you're ready, you're gonna meet at center, flat spine. We're going to allow our knees to come toward the outside of our mat. The big toes are going to be touching, and we're going to sit back on our heels into a nice, easy child's pose. You can choose to have your child's pose be extended with your hands out in front of you, or you can have your arms behind you in full pose. Also, if you don't want your legs out, feel free to put them in. Right now is a time to center, to really go within and plant that seed of intention. And also this is a great pose for a third eye massage, just by rolling your head back and forth. Tuning into the breath here. Focusing on lengthening the exhale. Gonna move this right here. Now, if your knees are out, bring them in more, and then go back into your child's pose. And from here, see if you can grab onto your heels. And then see if you can slowly roll on top of the crown of your head, really stimulating that crown chakra. This is our rabbit pose. Have fun playing there. See whatever the easiest way to get there is. But when you're ready, reach your arms out in front of you. Slowly push your body back up. Tuck the toes under. Push into the palms of your hands, all of your fingers, as well as your toes, lifting the knees off the mat into a downward facing dog. You can walk the dog out here if that feels good. Sometimes I like to move into a plank to make sure that my dog is at the right height, and then I can push back again. Again, feel free to move those heels or simply find stillness. Pushing the tailbone up toward the sky, our heart through our arms, heels toward the earth. Next, we're going to float into plank and gently, as slowly as you possibly can, lie on our bellies. Beautiful. We're going to keep our hands right underneath our shoulders, our elbows in toward our body as we lift just our chest off of our mat. Really feel as though that heart is being pulled forward. You're pushing your legs and the tops of your feet into the mat. Those elbows are hugging in toward you. And then feel the tension of your hands pulling behind you, pulling backward. For a nice baby cobra. Now we can extend it into a full cobra by pushing up just a little bit more, really exaggerating that feeling now with those elbows slightly bent, pulling those hands toward your body, heart forward. And can we open our heart just a little bit more into an upward dog? Really push into those hands. See if you can push into the tops of your feet, allowing the heart to pull forward. Beautiful. Next, we are going to fall back onto our bellies. Push into the earth. Back up into hands and knees. We're going to thread the needle here. A nice heart stretch, nice little twist. So what we're going to do is inhale. Bring your right foot in toward your right hand, just like an inch. Inhale, that left arm up toward the sky. Exhale, thread the needle underneath your right arm. On the inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. One more time, lift up. Exhale, this time when you thread the needle, keep going until your shoulder is on the mat. And you can use your right hand to kind of get deeper into that pose or experiment with different ways you can enjoy this pose. Maybe bring your arm up a little more or down. Make sure that those hips are staying square. And when you're ready, push into that right arm, lift the left arm up toward the sky. Exhale, plant the left hand on the earth. Scooch that right knee back. Then we're going to scooch the left knee up and just like an inch. It helps open up a little bit more. Inhale the right arm up toward the sky. Exhale, weave it underneath your left arm. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, last one, open, 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 open. Exhale, thread it all the way through until your right shoulder falls onto the mat. Use that left arm as kind of like a kickstand. This is such a nice shoulder opening stretch. Focusing on the upper back, the back of the heart chakra. Lots of things like to hide back there. And when we're ready, plant your left hand on the mat. Plant your right hand on the mat. Tuck your toes under, push back into a downward facing dog. And then you're gonna jump, step, or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. You can keep your hands on the mat when you do this, or place them on your shin or your thighs. But really focus on that heart being pulled forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Stay here for a moment in mountain, revisiting our intention, noticing how different we may already feel. Now we're going to bring our big toes to touch. Lift arms back up. And then we are going to sit in a chair that is not there. Excuse me. The most important thing here is to keep the toes visible, those arms alongside the ear, the tailbone tucked under, and the heart open. See if you can challenge yourself a little here. Maybe you can sink just a little deeper down. And then push into the earth with all your energy up. Exhale, forward fold. And we're gonna step back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, nice deep breath. And then on the exhale, float through a plank. And then you can lay all the way on your belly. Beautiful. From here, we are going to open up and work our way down that back a little bit. So we're gonna reach behind us, grab onto our left foot. Say hello, left foot. Grab onto the outside ankle. Beautiful. Feel like you're pushing into your hand with your leg, and then let it go. We're gonna do the same with our right. We're gonna say hi to our right foot. Bring it in. Or you can grab the outside. All right, people, now we're gonna do it. Grab both. Pushing into your hands to bring those legs up and the heart up. Breathing. Maybe you can even rock your boat. Have fun with it. Exhale, release. We're gonna push into our arms. Come back until we are sitting on our heels. Awesome. We're gonna try camel pose. So, get up on your knees. If this is too hard on your knees, you can always use your mat as some extra padding and fold it over as much as you need to. It's always a good go-to. And same thing, we're gonna do one side at a time. So place your left hand on your left heel. Open our right arm up. Inhale, exhale. We're gonna sweep that right hand up, forward and backward until it's on our heel, and the left arm goes up. Let's do this again. Inhaling at the top, exhaling as you sweep. And this time, can you invite your left hand to go back on the heel as well? Allow the head to drop. Heart open, pushing our head away from our shoulders. No dropping here, no falling. Keeping our tension, keeping our muscles strong. And when you're ready, you can slowly lift up one arm, slowly lift up the other arm, and come into a resting child's pose. Your legs can either be out, or they can be together, arms out, or behind. You could even stretch your arms out to one side and then the other. When you're ready, we're gonna come back through tabletop to push back to a downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up toward the sky. Exhale as you bring that right heel into the chest. Shift forward into a plank. Allow that right knee to fall behind the right wrist. The left heel can be right behind our left hand or in closer to our center. Our left leg can be untucked. And we are going to enjoy a delicious pigeon pose. So from here, open up the heart. Exhale, fold forward as far as you'd like to go. Maybe your breath will allow you to sink deeper into this pose. Inhale, notice what part of your body is talking to you. Exhale, see if you can just let a little bit more of the tension go. Of course, we can stay here as long as you want to. Seriously, I could live in pigeon, so if you want to pause the video, do so. But let's work on the other side. So tuck those left toes under. Bring our right leg back to meet the left into a downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg, foot up toward the sky. And then exhale, bring the left knee in toward the chest as you shift into more of a plank position. And then gently place that right knee or left knee behind the left wrist. Maybe you can shift that right leg back just a little more before you let those toes untuck. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, notice. Exhale, let go. All right, place the hands into the earth. Step or tuck those right toes under. Step back again into downward facing dog. Inhale that right foot back up toward the sky. Exhale again. We're going to go into pigeon on the right side. But this time, we're going to add a little bit of a verification. We're going to do mermaid. I think mermaid is one of my favorite poses to use for the heart chakra because it's like using all of this energetic power that we have in the pose and then sending it out the front. So instead of going down into our pigeon, we're going to bend that left knee, push our hands into our spine or into our body, lift the left arm up and back. Maybe you can greet your left foot, hello foot. Maybe it can stick into that little crease in your elbow. Lift that right arm up, bend to meet the left fingertips. Maybe you want to even push your head back into your right elbow. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. Place those hands on the earth, untuck those left toes, push back to a downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring it forward. Place it in our pigeon. Really focusing on opening up that front body. Feeling rooted and square into our hips as we bend the right knee. Inhale the right arm up to greet the right foot. And whatever your mermaid looks like, it is a beautiful mermaid. Bask in the sunshine. Feel your power, your heart power. Beautiful. You may release. And we're going to step back, downward facing dog. Walk, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands together at our heart center. Beautiful. Let's cool down a little bit. So feel free to shift onto your bottom at the mat, on the mat, through like a yogi squat, if that feels good. Or just simply lie down. Don't forget to have fun with it. We're going to move into a reclined twist now. So let your left leg stretch out in front of you. Bring your right knee in, give it a nice hug. Maybe you want to rock it back and forth. Give it a kiss. But gently allow it to fall over to the left side. Maybe it is just floating there. Maybe it goes farther. You can even shift your shoulders over to the left a little more too, to help create more comfort in this pose. Then we're going to look over our right fingertips. Right now our job is just to surrender, let gravity do the work. Focus on the breathing. Now, we're going to slowly move our way into the other side. Bring that right knee in toward the chest. And then let it go. Bring the left leg in and give it a nice hug. Thank you, knee. Feel gratitude if it feels right. And then allow the right knee to come all the way onto the floor if that works for you. Maybe shimmy your shoulders over to the right side a little bit as you look over those left fingertips. Yeah, keep my right hand on my right knee, just to help deepen the stretch a little bit more. bring the knee in toward our body. And then we're going to bring the right knee in for our final pose, a happy baby pose, because smiles are such heart medicine as well. So what you're gonna do is grab onto the outsides of your feet, pulling them in toward your body, trying to keep that lower back grounded to the earth and your knees being pulled to your armpits. You can even add a little movement here if it feels good. You can roll back and forth. Stretch one leg out and stretch the other leg out. Whatever feels good for you. And don't forget to smile, maybe giggle, have fun. This is always my favorite pose to do with the kiddos because we like uncontrollable laughter every time. But now we can release that. Let our left leg fall to the left part of the bottom of the mat, right leg toward the right bottom. Arms out, palms up. To enjoy a Shavasana. If you would like to be led through a Shavasana, I will have that recorded for you. Or simply do your own thing. I highly encourage that as well. When you're ready, slowly make your way out of Shavasana. I highly recommend minimum 5 minutes to let all of our yoga medicine integrate. Inhale the arms up into your chest. I see and honor the light in all of you. I hope you all know you are deeply, deeply loved and seen. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. You may return to this practice whenever your heart center is needing a little fire. Hope you had fun. And I will catch you again in the future. Make life magic.